50 years, it's been an open-ended question. Were there more victims of Houston's notorious Candyman, Dean Corll? He and his younger henchman, Elmer Wayne Henley and David Brooks, murdering at least 27 boys, burying their bodies on the beach at High Island, at Lake Sam Rayburn, and in a Pasadena boat shed, all in the early 1970s. Corll, a 1954 graduate of Vidor High School, was a serial killer before that phrase even became part of our everyday language.
Now a new book is out on the chilling case that still haunts so many Southeast Texans today.
Tonight, KTRK-TV in Houston sharing this special report from reporter Jessica Willey. It's all new at 10.
We're going to talk for about 20 minutes and then open it up for questions.
On a Tuesday night in April,
we are so excited to have Lisa Olson here with us to celebrate the scientist and the serial killer.
Family, friends, and fans packed Murder by the Book bookstore for a book launch.
There's a possibility there's another boy's remains there.
Lisa Olson.
That site was searched at an incredible speed.
Poured 4 years of her life into the scientist and the serial killer.
There's still a reason to tell this story because there's still people like this out there and teenagers need to know.
Deborah Christie.
Uncle Donnie was my uncle. He was my mother's youngest brother.
Lived with the story her whole life.
I heard the stories, like the searching.
Donnie Falcone moved to Houston from Corpus Christi in 1971 with his mother and stepfather when he was 16. By August of that year, he had disappeared.
Never could find him. Some people said he went with the Italian mafia, and everybody had a story.
It was during that same time that many teens and young men went missing in Houston. Police dismissed them as runaways until August 8th, 1973.
I woke up and he was clamping handcuffs on me.
When 17-year-old Elmer Wayne Henley killed Dean Corll at this home in Pasadena.
This killing was never going to stop until Elmer Wayne Henley killed him.
And that fatal shooting uncovered horrifying crimes. Corll, known as the Candyman because his family owned candy shops, along with Henley and a second accomplice, David Brooks, kidnapped, sexually tortured, and killed more than 24 boys and young men in the early 1970s. After Henley shot and killed Corll, he and Brooks led police to the victims, buried in 3 different locations: the beach at High Island, the woods at Lake Sam Rayburn.
What you are about to see defies any brief verbal description.
And a boat storage in southwest Houston where 17 bodies were discovered.
For most of Wednesday night, lawmen continued to unearth bodies.
In all, 27 males were identified and named as victims.
Wouldn't we be so grateful to know the truth, know the answer, even if it's horrible?
Now, Dr. Sharon Derrick says she has identified more.
We're going to provide some very old identifications that should have been done by the police many years ago. Go out there, do a real archaeological survey.
Derrick, a forensic anthropologist, is the scientist in the book title. For more than 20 years, she has been agonizing over the unidentified bones and clothes found at the mass graves ever since her time at the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office.
Is she obsessed with it or just passionate about it?
I would say obsessed is the right word. But yes, personally, she really identified with these boys.
So from that obsession and a few loose bones that came from the boat shed more than 50 years ago came answers for Donnie Falcone's family.
You have no doubts, right?
I have no doubts, yeah.
Deborah says her mother lived just long enough to learn the truth.
And what did that mean to your mom?
It meant the world. It meant the world. I can remember when his body came home and she hugged it and cried and was so happy. She was so happy.
Olson's book reveals more identifications, some that the medical examiner's office still does not recognize. Among them, the so-called swimsuit boy. She also dug deep into Corll's connections to an international pornography ring and the victims' lives that had so much potential.
What high price, those people paid.
It's a story from Houston's dark past that Olson believes still holds lessons for today.
Why we still need to be worried about people like Dean Corll out there in our world.
And one that resonates enough that all these people filled the bookstore to hear more about.
it needs to be told. It needs to be told to our next generation to be careful, you know. Watch out for that Candyman, you know what I mean? Because they're out there, you know, they're out there.
Jessica Willey, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.